Hello one and all. Today we are going to discuss the different ways of calling functions in C++. The functions are basically a group of programmable statements with a user defined name which is used to perform a specific task repeatedly in a given program. Functions are used to provide modularity to the program, which in turn increases the readability of a program. General syntax of any function is return type, user defined name, followed by list of arguments. The list of arguments are optional. If the options are there or if the arguments are there, then there are different ways of passing the arguments. Those ways we are going to see today in this video lecture in subsequent slides. So the function, if it is present in a given program, before function call, the previous statements are executed one after the other. Whenever the function call occurs, the control is given to the function definition. The set of statements are executed, which is called as a function body. When the function terminates, again the control is given back to the calling program. That is the very next statement after the function call. The next set of statements are executed and finally the program terminates. This is how the function gets executed in any given program. So now we'll proceed for the different ways of calling the function if the function contains the list of arguments or a argument. So these are the ways: call by value, call by pointer, and call by variable, reference variable. So this table summarizes the function declaration based on these types, function call, and the respective function definition. So we'll see with an example of a program and the corresponding output how the values of a particular variable changes in memory based on the type which we are using for calling a particular function. So let's proceed. First is call by value. Here in this program we are going to update the value of a parameter by 1. So this is the overall idea of this program. Here we have taken the number from the user, let's say 100. So in memory this NO contains 100. We have printed the value of 100 before function call and after function call to make you identify if we change the value of a variable in function, whether it is reflected in the calling program or not. So this is the sole purpose of printing the value before and after the function call. So here is the function call and NO which we have taken from the user is passed. So this is the syntax for call by value. Once we come over here, the value gets updated, and as we all know, this NO scope is local to this function. So this integer NO and this integer NO is no way related to each other. This NO is limited to main function and this NO is limited to modify function. So two different memory locations are there in RAM, and the updated value is present at this location only. So if we try to print the value of NO, we'll get the same value as it was printed before function call. You can see in the program output, value we have entered as 100. Before and after function call we are getting the same value. So if you don't want the reflected value in the function call from where the function is called, then you can go for call by value. Now the next type is call by pointer. If you don't want to return the value from the function but still you want the changes to be made in the function from where you have called, then call by pointers, this type is used. So here let's take an example. A pointer variable is the prototype which has been used over here. So the program remains same, only the changes are made in pointer, call by pointer. So the function is called by using address operator, because in the function definition we have used call by pointers. So whenever we call any function by call by pointer, we need to pass its address, and to hold the addresses the pointer variables are used. So here if I say %no, I need to use pointer variable in the modify function. So this no is a pointer variable, and the pointer variable are always holding the addresses of the normal variable. So here it is an integer pointer, so this integer pointer will consist the address of integer variable. Now let's say this no is stored at location 1000h. This 1000h will be stored as in value of this pointer variable. So whatever changes you are doing in modify function, those changes will be done at location 1000h, meaning the value will get reflected at this particular memory location. So even though we have not returned that value, the value will get reflected from where the function is being called. So let's see the output. So as you can see in the output, the before function call value is 100, and after it has been updated by 101. So even though there is no return statement in the function definition, the value is changed at this particular memory location. The next concept is call by reference variable. The call by reference variable is here in this function, in this particular type, we are going to use the reference variable. So let me tell you about what is mean by reference variable. The reference variable is the alias given to the already existing variable, meaning this no and no1 is pointing to the same memory location. This is what is mean by reference variable. So the function call is same as that of the function call by value. This value is going to be pointed by no1, meaning in memory this no and no1 is going to point to the same memory location. The value gets updated by 1, and the changes you are able to see from where the function is being called, because this no1 is also pointing to the same memory location where your no is pointing. So this is how the value gets reflected from the calling function. So these are the different ways of calling function. So to summarize, if you don't want the changes to be reflected from the calling function, you should go for call by value. If you don't want to return anything but still you want the changes to be reflected in the function from where it has been called, you should go for pointer or the reference variable. So thank you for the day.